One of the questions out there right now is, how is inflation affecting my property value? Welcome to another episode of Aloha O'ahu. I'm Jill Ward with Century 21 Island Homes, and today I would like to share some insights on what inflation means to property values here on the island of Oahu. There are a lot of questions on this topic, so let's go through a few things you may want to know. The first question is, how is inflation affecting home prices here on Oahu? Oahu is seeing the effects of inflation just like the rest of the country. Home prices and other costs have been rising over the last year, and so right now, things may seem to be slowing down a little. As we have seen interest rates rise quickly, you would expect to see a slowdown or a decrease in home prices, but that's not the case here on Oahu. There are a large number of buyers right now looking for homes, and we continue to have not enough inventory. This supply and demand effect has continued to increase home values even as our interest rates go up. The trend does not appear to be slowing down and is expected to continue through at least the end of 2022, if not a 5-year projection out. The next question, is inflation going to affect my property value? Yes, inflationary pressures are keeping home values rising, but as I mentioned before, they are highly influenced by the lack of available properties that we have as compared to the number of buyers on the island of Oahu. The next question, is right now a good time to buy a house? This is a complex question. While interest rates are significantly higher than they were just a couple of months ago, prices and values continue to go up. Values are still outpacing the interest rates, so people are trying to get into the market as fast as they can. While you need to look at your individual situation, if the right home is available now, it may be the right time for you to buy. If interest rates continue to go up and you got into the market where they are now, you can always refinance later if they go back down again. Another question is buying or owning a home a safe investment against inflation? And the answer to that is a resounding yes. Home ownership is a hedge against inflation. As prices and rents continue to rise, mortgages and mortgage payments will continue to remain the same. That is, if you don't have an ARM loan, but that's another story for another day. None of the experts that I've read or heard from are projecting depreciation in home values anytime within the next 5 years. If you have a property, you may be asking yourself, should I hold on to that property or should I cash out now? This really depends on your personal situation and what you are looking for in your next property. Values are expected to continue to appreciate, just maybe not at the same rate that we've seen over the last year or two. If you do decide to sell, make sure that you have a solid plan in place for finding that next property to live in before you decide to sell. If you have an investment property, you're going to need to look at the long game. Values are expected to continue to increase over the next 5 years, just not as much and as quickly as we've seen over the past 2. So the question I get all of the time, and the thing that everybody wants to talk about is there a crash coming? The answer is likely no here on Oahu. Even during the 2008 housing crash, home prices here did not decrease much, and much of it was dependent on where the property was located on the island. While values plateaued for a period of time, they never significantly decreased. The reason they never significantly decreased was because of our limited inventory and lack of available land. You have to be able to build new homes at a significant rate in order to fill that demand. And so, for a crash, we would need this demand to disappear quickly. We don't see that coming anytime soon. As inflation rises, the market is continuing to become more complex. Make sure you partner with a real estate professional who can navigate you through these complexities. If you have additional questions, please feel free to reach out so that we can discuss your specific situation. Until next time, thank you for watching. I'm Jill Ward with Century 21 Island Homes, and thanks for tuning in to this episode of Aloha O'ahu.